Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started.
Welcome back to the PMS Artwork Variety Hour, where, you guessed it, we don't talk about anything in particular. Now here's your host, Preston Smith.
Yeah. All right. Man, I was feeling that groove. All right, that got creepy. Welcome back, everybody, to the Living Artist Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a variety of things. It's going to be a hodgepodge of different topics, things that I've been working on, thinking about, doing recently. And that's going to be it. And we're going to send you on your way, give you a little friendly kick in the pants. So first thing I wanted to talk about was this new app that I am working with. For any of you out there who are dealing with pain or chronic pain or anything like that, man, this app has been great. It is kind of a game changer when it comes to how you process pain, how your brain processes pain, and where pain comes from in the first place. And it goes into a lot of different things like trauma and meditation and the latest science on pain and podcast interviews with experts and people who have gotten over pain themselves and testimonials. And it's wonderful. So it's something that I've been working with, and I'm not completely out of the woods yet, but it really helps you manage pain. So if anybody out there is dealing with pain, I just kind of wanted to plug that up at the top. It is called Curable, and I wanted to spread the word because, hey, things that help me could very well help you. And I know a lot of artists are dealing with pain out there. And this could even be, some sort of psychological pain. I think all of this is wonderful. And it's a wonderful tool to be able to get in touch with your body, get in touch with your brain, figure out what's going on with your brain, and just, hey, what is this, Bill Burr? It's something, it's a good tool. You can use it. Everybody's got a chance to learn about their brains. Go fuck yourselves. All right. It always ends with a go fuck yourself. So sorry for all the people out there whose ears are bleeding. So Curable app, that's a great one. Go check it out for anybody who's dealing with pain, chronic pain, or an injury. I think it's really helpful. What's next? Okay, secondly, another thing that I am digging on recently that I've been doing a lot of is Instagram Reels. And I know those have been around for a while now, but I really think that they are a great tool and great resource for artists. Just getting your work out there, getting people a little bit of a behind-the-scenes shot of your studio, your work, your process, all that, even your sense of humor. I've been using it a lot to do little vignettes, almost like little music videos, and throwing in a little bit of my sense of humor and quirkiness and just some bizarre random shit that is kind of all part of who I am. And, I guess you could say it's semi on brand for me, but it's something that I've been doing a lot of. I like to do them. They're fun. It doesn't seem like work, which a lot of social media sometimes can seem like work. I would just say, as a challenge, get out there and try to do 1 or 2 reels a week. If that sounds like a lot, well, just do one. Have some fun with it. Just understand that you don't have to be formulaic with it. You don't have to do what you see other people doing. Really try to dig deep and get in touch with yourself and your own style and your own brand and try to showcase that on these reels. And I think that's what people will respond to. And I don't know what the whole cutoff for this is, but I know reels are still offering money and paying artists for reels. So if you have that, check that out. Look for it on Instagram. It should be up on your professional dashboard, and you can just join. And then you can just, anytime you do a reel, you do click on Reels Play, and then whatever amount of people watch that can be counted towards money that you make. Like I know I've made hundreds of dollars so far doing that. And it's just fun. It's just a fun way to make a little extra money, to get your work out there, to get people more exposure to your work and to your process and to your personality, which I'm always saying is great for any collector, for anybody who's wanting to collect your work, to get a little of a behind the scenes and get to understand your process and your personality. So check that out, Reels. And if you want to get an idea of what I'm talking about, just go to my Instagram profile at PMS Artwork, and you can see a bunch of examples of some of my new reels. Some stuff I did, like where I did a little bit of a Stranger Things vibe with some of my new work that had a little bit of a paranormal quality to it. I've got some stuff with David Bowie that I'm doing where it's just a little bit experimental with some work that I've done in the studio. I do some actual time-lapse stuff of me creating a big piece that I just did called Everything at Once. I've done crazy stuff mixing like animation and little avatars of celebrities and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot on there that you can just check out and get an idea and go, oh, this could work for me, or get some ideas going and put that through your own filter and make it your own. So check out Instagram Reels if you get a chance.
And now, a PMS Artwork original musical interlude.
I didn't say anything about it being a good musical interlude. I just said a musical interlude. Well, which brings me to my next point. You might have hated that. You might have thought it was funny. You might have thought it was, okay, whatever. And that's not really the point. The point is I did it to just mess around and to experiment. And you know what? It was fun. And it was something that you can take little bits from each thing that you do. Okay, this didn't work as a whole. This did work. I can use this. I can apply this to the next thing. I don't know how many times I've done a little mess around thing at the beginning that have sparked a whole idea for a podcast. And I've done that with paintings before, where I've just experimented with something like on a small piece or on a big piece or with a new tool or whatever, and it sparks a new idea, even if the piece doesn't work. There's a little element there that I tried through experimentation that launched a whole new series or a whole new series of ideas, which is so powerful. So I just wanted to talk about the importance of experimentation and being bold. Like, I know that musical interlude wasn't great, but hey, I just wanted to share it because I want to be bold. I want to, have fun. It's basically a bunch of sampling and me fucking around with vocals and, filters and things like that. But, sometimes you can get really cool ideas for that. And I've done that, tying back in the reels. I've done that as well, just coming up with stupid ideas that end up working on some level, or like that launch a whole new set of ideas for my next reels. So that's another challenge for you, to be bold with your experimentation and just getting things out there. Who cares what people think? And speaking of what people think, that brings me to my next subject, which is a quote that I've kind of been pondering a little bit today by, well, I didn't know her very well, but she's a French novelist and short story writer, and she wrote erotica. She was a French-born American writer, basically, Anaïs Nin. And she says, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. Which I thought, that's one of those things at surface level. You're like, yeah, okay. But the more I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, that's very powerful on many levels, because for an artist, that is our true power, is that we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are, and we kind of put our own lens on our creations and create something completely unique to ourselves, and hopefully that nobody has ever seen before. And we affect the way people see things when they look at your work or when they look at a subject matter. They now see it through your lens, which is affecting the way they see things now too. So that's very powerful. But it also can show you another side, which is like, for example, if you have depression or mental illness or something like that, you are seeing the world and subject matter and events as you are in that moment, which is depressed or, having some sort of tortured mind at the time, which we all have had and I've had. And it just makes you see the world in a different way, which can further hinder your progress and, make you sink deeper and deeper into that hole. So that also is, another way to see that quote. And you can also see that quote through the perspective of law of attraction or manifestation or affirmation or even abundance. The way you choose to see the world, if you choose to see it as one of abundance and, something that you can easily manifest what you want, and love and joy and all those things, that's kind of the way you are going to interact with your environment. It's very powerful. And that's why you can always choose, if you're in a funk, to kind of reach for better feeling thoughts and, shape yourself and your world that way, because that's also very powerful. So thank you, Anaïs Nin, for that quote. It is definitely one to ponder and to see how important it is to get right with our own mind, because it's basically how we see and shape our own world and our own success, really, if you take it a step further as artists, how we see our world, how we choose to see our own future and progress, and the people around us, the people we work with, the artists that we work with, the people who care about us, the people who support us, our collectors. That is all super important. And I think it's a nice one to end with. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little variety hour. Welcome back to the variety hour, see? You can really only do that with the old-timey voice, But hope you've enjoyed this. We will be back next week with an interview of a special guest, somebody who you're going to want to tune into, or tune in for, depending on how you want to look at it. And that's going to be coming out the following Tuesday. So hope to see you back for that one. Have a great week out there, everybody. Be good to each other. And who's going to take us out this time?
Well, gee willikers, Big Cheese. Why don't you cut the applesauce and give me a crack at it?
Speak of the devil. Of course. Who better? Have at it.
Thanks a lot, Sugar Plum. I won't chisel ya. Now cue the music and let's blow this clip joint. Well, now, this ain't no flip-flam. All you cool cats and kittens have been listening to The Living Artist. Catch you on the flip-flop.
This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.